A few days ago, I organized a giveaway on the Instagram page for the 1 year of Inside Code. There were 3 instructions to participate: to like the post, to tag 3 people in a comment, and to follow Inside Code. Doing a giveaway is cool, but then the post had around 500 comments and I definitely don't want to process them manually, so as a lazy programmer, I obviously used a Python script to do the work for me, by using the instaLoader module. And because this channel is more about algorithms and data structures, I will focus on the algorithm used for the script. First, we need to identify the input and the output of this problem. I decided to generate 10 winners from the eligible users. By eligible user, I mean a user that respected the 3 conditions to participate. So the input is the Inside Code Instagram account, from where we can get the followers, the people who liked the giveaway post, the people who commented, etc. And the output is 10 distinct randomly chosen eligible users. We can divide our algorithm into 2 steps, finding the eligible users, then choosing 10 of them randomly. The second step is easy because once we have a list containing eligible users, we just need to keep generating a random index until we reach 10 winners, so we will more focus on the first step. And we can represent it with a Venn diagram. We have people who like the post, people who tagged at least 3 people in the post, and Inside Code followers. And the intersection of these 3 sets represents the eligible users. So the initial idea that I got is to create 3 sets, one for people who liked, one for people who tagged, and one for followers. Then I just have to get their intersection. Getting the set of people who liked is really easy. We just need to iterate over likes of the giveaway post while adding the username of the liker to our set, and the post had less than 3k likes, which is not that huge. But for the followers, while writing the algorithm, the page had around 130,000 of followers, which is very tough to scrape. And it's not a question of time only, but it's also because the program quickly exceeded the maximum number of queries. The alternative that I found is the .followsViewer attribute in the profile class, so given a username, I could directly know if they follow me or not without scraping all the followers. This is why I decided to get the intersection of likes and comments only, but every time the program randomly chooses a user, it first verifies that he follows the page before considering him as a winner. Okay, now the last set, the one that will contain the people who tagged at least 3 people. This one is harder to get than the likes set because here we don't want people who commented only, we want those who tagged at least 3 people. And before we start thinking about the algorithm, we have to think about special cases. For example, in my script, I didn't count when someone tags the same person many times, when he tags me, and when he tags himself. I know that we could add more special cases, like when someone tags a famous account or an account that doesn't exist, but I chose to keep things like this. Step 2 now, choosing the data structure. In the beginning, we may think of not using an intermediate data structure at all. We just iterate over comments, and if someone tagged 3 valid people, we add it to our set. But we can have the case where someone tags 3 valid people but in different comments, so the algorithm won't add him to the set even if he respected the condition. This is why I decided to put a hash map where the key is the user and the value is a set that contains people he tagged. And by doing so, even if the comment is different, the algorithm will add the tagged person to the same element in the hash map. Then after filling the whole hash map, we just take users who tagged at least 3 people. In other words, keys where the length of the value is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, now we identify special cases. We decided what data structure we're gonna use, so we can move to the third step, which is how to get the tagged people in a comment. Because, in reality, a comment is just a string, so how can we move from a simple string to a set containing valid people who've been tagged in that comment? There are many ways to do so, but the one I chose is to split the comment with space as a separator, so it kinda split it to words. Then we consider a word as a valid tag if it starts with the @character, if it's not equal to Inside Code, because we don't count tags for identify, and if it's not equal to the owner of the comment himself. Now that we got valid ones, we put them in a set to remove duplicates, because the set is a data structure that doesn't accept duplicates, so if someone tags the same person many times, it will count only once. Let's see an example to better understand. We have these comments and let's start filling our hash map that is initially empty, as you can see. First comment is from user 1. We split it and all elements of the result array respect the conditions. They start with @symbol, they're not equal to Inside Code, and they're not equal to user1, which is the comment owner. Next comment, we split, and you can see that regular words don't start with the @symbol, so we don't take them. We also have a tag that is not valid because he tagged inside code, so we didn't take it. Next comment, we split and all tags are valid except the first one because he tagged himself, so we add the 3 other ones. Next comment, we have only one tag and it's valid, we add it. Next one, user6 tagged user14 thrice, but because we are putting everything in a set, so it will be counted only once. Next comment, user10 tagged 3 people, but one of them is himself, so we add only 2 of them. And last comment, user5 tagged user4 and user6, we add them in the hash map. Now that we filled the hash map, we can extract users who tagged at least 3 people by searching for keys whose length of the value is at least 3, and in our case it's user1, user8 and user5. It's interesting to notice that our hash table looks like an adjacency list of a directed graph, where an edge from A to B means that user A tagged user B in a comment. Okay, now we've seen the algorithm, but what about the code? For the code, the function takes 2 parameters, the giveaway post from where we're gonna extract the comments, and the minimum number of tags required, which is 3 in our case. Now we create our hash map, let's call it tagged map, and in Python it's a default dictionary, where the default value is an empty set. We did that to avoid getting an error when we add something to a key that doesn't exist yet. Now for each comment in the post, the comment tags is in the attribute tags, so we sort in a variable, and same thing for the owner's username. We also have this array of band tags that contains my username and the owner's username. Now we can start getting tagged people in the comment, and for that, we split the comment tags, we filter words by keeping the ones that start with the @ symbol and are not in band tags, and we put the result in a set to remove duplicates. After it, we just update the set of tagged people by our owner in the hash map. Now that we filled it, we use a dictionary comprehension to get the users whose length of tag is greater than or equal to min and b tags only. We put its keys in a set and we return the result. That's it. Now that we know how to get likes and comments set, we can move to our main function, where we first log in into our account, then we get the giveaway post by giving the URL shortcode, and we create a constant that represents the minimum number of tags required, which is 3 in our case. After it, we get the likes with the function we made, same thing for the comment, and we put their intersection in a variable, so we got the users that liked the post and tagged at least 3 people. Before moving to the last step, please take some seconds to like this video and to subscribe to the channel, if you want to do so obviously. Last step now, we need to generate the winners randomly while making sure that they follow our account. So we create a set of winners, we define the number of winners, which is 10 in my case, then while the set has less than 10 winners, we generate a random index that is between 0 and the length of eligible users, because the idea is to randomly generate an index that is in the range of our eligible users set. Now that we have the potential winner index, we get its username from our set. It's the element at the index that we generated now. Then before adding it to the winners, we make sure that he follows me by using that little function that returns the follows viewer attribute that I've talked about earlier. And if the condition is verified, then it's a winner. We add it to the set. After the loop, we now have 10 winners in our set, we just print to know their names. And we finished. Okay, in this video I explained the algorithm behind my script, but what's the conclusion? What's the point of this video? The point of this video is to show you that even if you're coding a script to do something very practical that is not related to computer science or something, you may still need knowledge in algorithms and data structures to build the logic of your script, to identify the most appropriate data structure, to handle special cases, etc, etc. So it's really important to improve your skills in those 2 fields. And if you want to do so while solving interesting coding problems, you can take the 50 popular coding interview problems inside code course, a very beneficial course that contains 50 solved and explained coding problems. So if you like the style of my videos, you'd probably enjoy it. The link is in the description. Go have a look at it. We arrived at the end of this video. I hope that you understood the way I explained the algorithm. Ask me in comments if you didn't understand something. Like the video and see you in the next one.